The gaming world has witnessed an emergence of battle royale games battle royaling each other in the quest to reign supreme. The hottest contender, Fortnite Battle Royale, which for those of us who can't seem to land a win is mostly about learning sick dance moves so we can embarrass our friends IRL. But video game publisher Activision dutifully answered the Battle Royale call to put up a worthy competitor with Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout. And if the early days of Blackout gameplay has shown us anything, this game is bound to be a hit. Hi, I'm Alpha Lance with the Leaderboard, and this is Battle Royale versus Blackout. Background. Unless you've recently been hit by a battle bus, you've probably heard of Fortnite Battle Royale. It's a game of skill, dexterity, and an insane amount of lumberjacking. We could go into a hole deeper than Dusty Divot explaining the incredible story behind this game, but that's for another video, which we've already made by the way, called 107 Fortnite Battle Royale Facts You Should Know, and you can totally check that out after this video if you want. Nudge nudge. In July of 2017, gaming studio Epic Games released Fortnite Save the World, which involves, well, saving the world from zombie-like creatures. After the game's launch, Epic supplemented the title with a free-to-play battle royale format modeled on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, aka PUBG. But Fortnite Battle Royale is a little different than other Battle Royale games in that it has something that they don't. A build dynamic that allows players to strategically hide, shield themselves, and gain height-based tactical advantages. Add in cartoonish physics, silly skins, weird dances, and a guy who makes $500,000 a month playing video games, and bam! You have an international success story. Contrast that to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout as the latest chapter in the largest gaming franchise in the world. The Call of Duty series first launched in 2003 and has since spawned more than 20 unique titles. Call of Duty has come a long way since we fought the Third Reich in the original 15 years ago. As a whole, the franchise series has brought in a whopping $11 billion as of 2016. With a massive fanbase, it's no wonder the game makers wanted its soon-to-be-released title Black Ops 4 to offer a mode that could combine the popularity of Battle Royale games with the beloved franchise. Its answer? Blackout. Story, tone, and aesthetics. Is a winning game all about the forts and fancy dances, or is it finally time to ditch the riffs and rockets for more grounded gameplay? Let's preface this matchup by saying that Fortnite Battle Royale and Blackout are two very different games with unique playstyles. It's like comparing Pepsi and Coke. Sure, they're both sodas, but you'll find people willing to duel to the death over which is better, even though we all know Coke is best. One of the reasons Fortnite Battle Royale caught on in the mainstream is because it's super approachable. It's like the Disney version of shooter games, assuming Disney suddenly embraced the liberal use of hunting rifles. We'll never forget you, Bambi's mom, whatever your name was. In contrast, Blackout is serious in tone, well, at least until you get into the whole zombie thing, but overall, Blackout is less about cheesy emotes and more about straight up annihilating your enemies. Blackout seems designed for the OGs, folks who can't be bothered with unicorn pickaxes and tomato head skins. Shelling out a few bucks for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 so you can experience Blackout means you're willing to pay cold hard cash for an excellent gaming experience. Depending on what you love about gaming, one might appeal to you more than the other. If you're dying to know why Tomato Town suddenly morphed into a giant fortress, then Fortnite is going to satisfy you much more than Blackout, which is mostly due to its military-inspired roots. If you're used to Fortnite, Blackout's faster-paced, realistic gameplay style can be a bit jarring, but the heightened attunement to movement and terrain quickly sets a new bar for what you might expect from a Battle Royale game. Did we mention there are zombies? If shooting other players isn't enough for you, just head over to a zombie spawn where you can knock off some zombies in exchange for better loot. And what does Fortnite have on that? I mean, other than the fact that zombies are essentially the premise of Save the World mode. In any case, it's hard to compare cutting down trees against a mode that lets you blast undead beings in the head as they try to bite your face off, as well as dealing with the 98 other players on the map. The gameplay. All embellishments aside, let's get down to the meat of this Battle Royale beef sandwich. The games start in a relatively similar fashion. You select your character, transport to a waiting zone, and then launch into the battlefield, where you drop out of a flying vehicle, hit the ground, and start collecting loot. The courses are similar in style, a map with several named drop zones and lootable areas, plus a lot of fairly vacant outdoor space. But here's where the games start to diverge. A major difference between Fortnite and Blackout is that you can't build shelter in Blackout. In Fortnite, landing means grabbing loot as quickly as possible and then immediately going ham on the buildings so you can collect building materials. But with no build dynamic, Blackout means there's no requisite 2 minutes of material gathering. And some of us are tired of gunning for max wood only to be sniped the second we enter the first safety circle. It does seem to be slightly harder to find a gun on Blackout, which makes it wise to master other items such as health saving armor pickups as well as object objects like grenades and smoke screens. In Blackout, you can also carry additional items once you find and equip a backpack, an option not available in Fortnite. While this means the game requires a bit more tactical organization, it also means you have more to choose from in your 11th hour when you're down to the final groups. These differences lead to a significantly different gameplay dynamic. Instead of outbuilding your enemies in open spaces and building cover in Fortnite, in Blackout you'll find more ducking, crawling, and worming around on the ground like, well, a worm. Overall, Blackout commands much more realistic gameplay. Blackout also gives players more to play with in the environment. In Fortnite, fort building allows you to be specific about where you choose to build and how to move around the environment. In Blackout, none of this is possible. So you better set up your trek to have a good idea as to how to get past those major barriers before the storm destroys you. Fortnite has things we love, like campfires, traps, bounce pads, and rifts. However, Call of Duty has perks, which you can equip to set off limited capabilities for set amounts of time. These prove to be very valuable. Take Dead Silence, for example, which allows you to move quietly and make less noise. You also have to love that Blackout gives you a variety of ways to customize your weapons. Because you can mod the heck out of your gun, it means that a relatively crappy pistol can be modded to offer a full-blown tactical advantage. All these differences mean the games play much differently. Take, for example, the early game, mid game, and end game differences. Because your character in Blackout seems to move a lot faster, this seems to accelerate early gameplay. It feels like you're moving fast and surrounded by action, even when you're not. As for mid-game, an abundance of commuting options means you're far less likely to find yourself extremely far from the next circle with no chance of making it there in time. While the boat alone is enough to remind us how much we hate trying to cross Loot Lake, you can also steal a freaking helicopter, GTA style. As the game pushes on, you'll also find more strategic value in hiding out, as you'll never be in a situation where you lost simply because someone could outbuild you. The endgame seems so much more slow though, as there's no way to build to an advantage. So the goal is to focus on using the environment and items in your possession as much as possible. Other minor but important differences change the endgame as well, such as how quickly you can pop health in Blackout compared to the time it takes to use bandages in Fortnite. In Blackout, you're not going to win just because you can block out your competitor by blocking them into the bottom of the circle, because sometimes there is no up. It could all end up as a flat ground shotgun battle mano a mano. You also aren't going to lose just because you wiped all your mats fighting a full squad on your own 30 seconds before. While both games require strategy, there's much more nuance to the Fortnite style of gameplay. The pros will tell you all you need to learn to do is to build, but the truth is that you also have to learn to make the most of rifts, grapple guns, and other items that add wacky elements to the game on a rolling basis. That's not to say that Call of Duty won't eventually incorporate some interesting new items, but given its aim to be more grounded in reality, it's hard to imagine you'll suddenly be able to bounce pad your way out of a bind. And if you want a new console from the Leaderboard to bounce pad into your mailbox, head on over to leaderboard.nyc/giveaway and enter using any social account. We're also giving away consoles, so don't forget to sign up. The value. With Call of Duty, you can expect that the overall baseline level of player skill is going to be much higher over the long haul. As a free-to-play game, Fortnite will continue to entice players who found a free game on their phone and aren't deterred by microtransactions designed to drain your bank account. On the other hand, Blackout is likely to resonate with players looking for a high-caliber experience. Unlike Fortnite Battle Royale, that ish ain't free. By design, the game mode provides a strong barrier to entry to help past the noobs who are just into a game because they want to understand the memes. As an added bonus, even random fills in Blackout means you'll generally get to play with people who know what they're doing. And the verdict is, whether you've grown weary of epic strategy to get you to spend stupid amounts of money on skins, or you just can't admit that you've never mastered how to properly build a fort, Blackout pars down the excess to create a game that feels like the franchise you know and love. While I'll always have a place in my heart for Fortnite Battle Royale, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout presents itself as the epitome of what a Battle Royale game should be. For those of us not interested in gaining Battle Pass points by grinding for putt-putt shots and dances in front of the birthday cake, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout takes away all the distractions to create a serious shooter experience. Today, our number one spot in this Battle Royale blowout goes to Blackout. Grounded in realism and supported by a fast-paced gameplay experience, Blackout has outgunned and outplayed Fortnite for the win. As punishment, we're sending Fortnite back to a no-skin status where it'll permanently be stuck doing the default dance. But what about PUBG, you're probably asking? Don't worry, we'll miss you, buddy. I'm just kidding. No, you survived Fortnite. Hopefully, you'll be able to weather this storm as well. So what do you think? Who's the true winner of this matchup for you? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. I've been Alpha Lance, and thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Leaderboard for more videos about your favorite games.